You have a choice or a decision or two different options that you are currently trying to make a decision on, and this is going to be a reading detailing exactly how you are going to feel depending on which path you choose. This path could be a career path, or this could be an option between one person and another person if we are speaking romantically. For the most part, and depending on the cards that I got out, I do feel like this is going to be a choice between two different romantic partners. So let's get into it. This is basically, I was called for, we're gonna cut the bullshit, we're gonna cut the frou-frou shit. This is going to be probably one of the most realist readings you will ever get. So you are trying to make a decision between two different people. It feels like there's similarities between the two. It feels very, very similar between the two. It also feels like the outcome can be very, very similar between the two. I feel like the overall goals, the overall long-term goals, are the exact same on both pathways. And I feel like that's what's kind of making this difficult, because it's like if you can have your dream in both paths, then how do you want to feel in each path, basically, or how will you feel in each path, not how do you want. I feel like you have an idea of how you want. I didn't phrase that correctly. This is, again, it is imperative that I use my words right. It is imperative that I communicate this right. It is imperative that this is as honest as possible. So I feel like that is very significant to this. I absolutely feel like we're going to be doing an extended reading over on YouTube for this. So the rest of this will be on YouTube. We are going to go in depth. It feels like the long-term goal is going to be the exact same no matter what. But how are you going to feel based off of the decision that you make? We have option A and option B. We're going to go through option A. What I'm hearing is you will know based off of how you feel right now in this present moment, no matter what time you view this, no matter when I upload this, how you feel in this very moment about each option will tell you, based off of the energy that I read for you, you will be able to decide which one is A and which one will be B. I'm not going to tell you, oh, this sign is here, this sign is there. I might mention signs. However, the distinguishing between the piles will be up to you. That is significant. This is your choice. Again, choice is significant. We have a ton of cards about choices and making sure that you're not staying stuck in illusions. But let's go with side A, person A. And for the sake of confusion, for the sake of not being confused, I am just going to read this directly as a person, because I feel like that would be the easiest way to read and get this information across. So we have 6 cards for each, which again, 6 is the number of lovers. So love, relationships, that's the Lover's card, and the Lover's card came out on both sides. So it looks like you are looking at a soulmate on both sides. You could be somebody who is deciding to decide between two soulmates, at least two people that you have a connection to, that is very, very different from those before you and or those around you. For person A, the first row, we have 7 of Cups. We have 8 of Wands, which I put in the reverse, which is very interesting because it wasn't. 8 of Wands and Ace of Swords. Typically I read going across and kind of like a zigzag, but they're not having me do that today. They're having me go up and down. And then we have the Queen of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the High Priestess. So what I was immediately getting, at first I thought that this was going to be an outcome, and I was like, no, this doesn't make sense. This is more so going to be a feeling. So the way that you are going to be feeling, it's always going to feel like you are searching for something. It's always going to feel like there is a missing aspect, or it's always going to feel like you are sort of in the clouds or a little bit detached emotionally from the situation or from the person. With this Queen of Swords as well, it also feels like you are going to be, hold on, I want to make sure I don't lose this. Okay, what's really interesting is I stopped that at 441, which 144 is the twin flame divine number, the 144,000 or whatever that's supposed to be a part of that collective. So again, I feel like this has to do with somebody picking between a soulmate and a twin flame, and it's sort of like it can work out either way, but how would I feel? But anyway, so with this Queen of Swords, it feels like you are always going to have to keep your boundaries up. You're always going to have to assert your boundaries. You're always going to have to keep your head on your shoulders. You're always going to have to sort of remain above the clouds and keep yourself out of emotional turmoil or emotional illusions. You're always going to sort of, keep your head above the clouds, keep your wits about you. You're always going to have to kind of keep yourself on your toes, reinforce your boundaries, sort of kind of these sort of reminders, emotional reminders. With the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords also, those are both, one is a card of quick, fast, rapid movement, and the rapid movement that this card speaks of is almost so quickly, it moves almost so quick that it can be at times damaging. As interesting. Sorry, something just came apart down there. It moves so quickly that things end up coming apart. Think of like a chariot or like a wagon going down a hill incredibly fast, right? Everything's just gonna fall off, break off, and that's the Eight of Wands sometimes. But it can also signal quick communication, fast communication. However, that's not what I'm feeling here. We have the Eight of Swords underneath that, which that card speaks of feeling mentally trapped or like self-imposed imprisonment through self-limiting beliefs. So it's a weird dichotomy of it'll be a feeling of always like moving forward and then not, and then moving forward and then not. And again, before you go being like, this is my twin flame, because I can hear you being like, oh, this pile's my twin flame, wait, please wait until you hear the other side to distinguish it. But it feels like I pulled clarifiers for all of this. I think we're going to go into the clarifiers in the YouTube video. But with the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, it's always going to feel like this back and forth, this tug of now we're going fast and now we're staying stuck, and now we're going fast and now we're staying stuck, and now we're going fast and now we're staying stuck, and now I have to reinforce my boundaries, and now we're staying back, and now we're moving forward, but I still have to make sure I have my boundaries. I still have to make sure everything's going forward, but I'm getting the communication, I'm getting the passion that I want, and now I'm not really sure. Now it doesn't really feel. Now I'm in the dark. Now I'm searching. Like, that's how this energy feels. And then for the last two cards, for the initial part of this, the main energy of how you will be feeling, we have the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess. What I was getting from this, the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough, a change in thought pattern, sudden enlightenment, and the High Priestess is being able to see beyond the veil. What's really interesting is the Seven of Cups is a veil, usually mist, smoke and mirrors, and the High Priestess is having the ability to see behind smoke and mirrors. So I feel like this path is going to do is really honestly bring a lot of enlightenment and illumination, and how you're going to feel is a lot of enlightenment, illumination in your own intuition. I also feel like this is going to be a path where, if you choose, your intuition and the ways in which the information and the secrets and the ways in which you need to move will be blatantly obvious, strikingly obvious, right? Like, you cannot ignore it. So that so far is that energy. But let's get into the second energy just before, because I'm running out of time, and then we'll head over to YouTube to continue it. But for person B, I really like this energy. This energy feels very flowy, very easygoing, very effortless, effervescent. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's like light, like a really pretty light. This is very like flowy, effervescent. You have, for the very first card, the Lover's card. So this feels to me like this is a deep soul connection. This is somebody that you are emotionally connected to. This is also somebody who could be going through a choice, or will be going through a choice, or is going through a choice. I feel like you guys are mirroring each other. You also, in the same position, have the Eight of Wands. So I feel like this is somebody who is going to be a fast communicator. This is also somebody who is going to be very rapidly, very quickly in love with you. From the moment that they see you, they are going to know, almost like they're knocked backwards, they are in love with you. I'm going to end this here over here on TikTok, but if you'd like to see more, go ahead and check out my YouTube video. If not, I hope that this helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to You Have a Choice. So if you are coming over from the TikTok video, we are just going to pick up right where we left off. But if you've been watching, thank you for your support. If you've been watching here on YouTube, thank you for your support here. Thank you for finding me over here. I know it's kind of hard. There's a lot of readers, and so I appreciate you allowing me to take up all of your time and energy and read for you. I love doing this, and I appreciate it, so thank you. But where we last left off is with the Lovers and the Eight of Wands. This is going to be, like I said, somebody who is going to very quickly know that they are in love with you. This is somebody who is going to very quickly feel strongly about you. We've also got, let me connect back into this. Sorry, it feels like a total switch. This also feels like somebody who is very exciting. The person A, it's a very low energy, and it's not that it's like a low vibration, but but person A feels very like calm, very nonchalant, very easygoing, and it doesn't feel like it's bad. It doesn't feel like it's going to be boring, but like it feels very just like a baseline energy, whereas this person or this situation, person B, it feels very exciting, very quick, very energized, very decisive, very self-aware as well, very strong. This is also a very exciting, passionate, loving sort of, yeah, there's a lot of like push-pull, a lot of smokescreen, a lot of like confusion, but it feels like straightforward confusion. It's very odd. It's like being in the fog in a town that you know, and you know the road that you're driving, but you're like, is this actually the road that I'm on? Whereas this feels like it's very, very direct, very clear, very straightforward, very blunt, very like you know where you stand, and like energetically you can feel you know where you stand. It feels like very loosey-goosey. It feels like it's always going to sort of be new or renewed, or at least I feel like there's the self-awareness to continue to regenerate is what I'm hearing. But with this Eight of Wands, this is going to be somebody who is very, very, very quick, very quick thinking as well, quick communicator. The Eight of Wands can also signify like Cupid's arrows too as well. So again, the love at first sight, and this keeps coming up for me in like my subconscious, and I feel like this comes up for this reading as well, especially for this pile. To be loved is to be seen. To be loved is to be seen, and to be seen is what, from what I understand and how I interpret this, is like through the little things. So like the gifts that they get you, is it like gifts that they like, or gifts that they think that you would like, or like gosh, how do I want to, like when somebody gives you a gift, are you like, oh my god, they know me so well, this is exactly what I wanted, this is exactly what I've been talking about? Or like when they give you something, I keep saying giving doesn't, material things don't matter, but just as the best example, like you have your own business and you've been running it for a while, and they watch you run it and they watch you do like your process. The next gift that they give you is a gift that helps make that process more seamless. Things like that, where it's like to be loved is to be seen, because they saw that you struggled in this process, and instead of getting you like a diamond ring or a beautiful necklace or just something that is like arbitrary, they give you something that makes your day easier. Does that make sense? That eliminates any hardship or stress. This feels very much like an open energy. Like all that they're going to want to do is help make things easier for you, help open the pathway for you. I also feel like this is somebody who is going to continuously help you not reinvent yourself, but empower yourself, help you be able to tackle these introspective energies, these introspective questions and chapters of life, and want to help you grow through that. They want to help you work through that. This is very much somebody who wants to be a team with you, being a team player. This is going to be somebody, and even if your paths sort of seemingly are separate, like say you both have separate career paths, I feel like this is going to be somebody who is going to be so proud of helping you and is going to be so ambitious in their own way that it's just going to feed into you. It's very much like a symbiotic growth sort of power couple, if you will, situation. This also feels like this could even be somebody that you have a child with. I see no children. I don't see any children. I don't see family. Again, it's all just like smoke screens, illusions, possibilities, daydreams. It's more of daydreams and plans, and I don't really see anything with action. And the only thing where I do see action, that's where that restriction is then pulled back, and it could be a self-imposed restriction. So with the way that you feel, especially, I feel like this person or the situation could feel the same way, and that could also be why there's like this, because you both feel like, it almost feels like plans or daydreams are pipe dreams instead of actual legitimate plans, whereas this feels like open range, like all possibilities are capable, all things are going to happen, and the wherewithal, the willpower, and the ability to conquer inner challenges in order to make that happen together as a team is what this person B feels like. 636 when I looked up. So this feels very connected, very synchronistic, very strong. What's really interesting is the middle row got 8-8 on side A, and the middle row got 8-8 on side B. So I thought that was really funny. So 8 could mean something. You put that however you want. I was going to say it could be years. It could be the month 8, like August. August could be significant for some of you. Or this could mean like a change in 8 months. Literally, it could mean anything. Your favorite number could be 8. Their birthday could be 8. It could mean absolutely nothing. It could have something to do with the 8th house, which I believe is Pluto ruled, which Pluto has to do with rebirth and transformation. So either way, I feel like each pile, the way that you will feel a transformation, you will feel a change, one of which will be blatantly obvious in your intuition, and I feel like you will end up changing courses. It almost feels like it is inevitable for this path B, which is really interesting because we always have free will, we always have choice, but it almost feels inevitable. And they're showing me like a timeline that's running down the length of time, right? This timeline just keeps running, and it's almost like this faded point. This path B is so much of a faded point that even if it gets redirected farther down the timeline, it won't matter, because like it's inevitable. Like it'll happen, whether it happens at 30, whether it happens at 40, whether it happens at 50, whether it happens at 70 years old, whether it happens at 80 years old. This is a destined path that will find you, that will this is a path that will keep choosing you, whether it be energetically, spiritually, or actually in the physical. This path B, will continue and continue and continue to make the choice to work with you, to strengthen, to communicate, and to strengthen that communication. We'll continue to work on, be self-aware, and have the willpower to continue to work on the information. I just got a download. Hold on. I'm trying to pick it up. Words of affirmation. This is also going to be, if that is something that is significant for you and is significant for you, this is going to be the pathway in which that is apparent. Words of affirmation and words of love, as well. Lots of communication and love. I feel like there's going to be a lot of romance as well with this path. It's very odd, but anyway, I pulled signifiers already for, because I was at first, when I first pulled this energy for path A, I had a little bit of trouble getting into it. So I pulled some signifiers, or like clarifiers, and it clarified everything. It's a little bit crazy. So for that Seven of Cups and the Queen of Wands energy, I keep bouncing back and forth. And maybe I feel like the advice, or what you may actually be doing in the present moment right now, is bouncing back and forth between the two choices and feeling in the energy of the two choices, because I keep going back and forth and back and forth. And sometimes when you do that, also when you dip into the energy of one choice and feel into what that would feel like for you, and then dip into the other choice and feel like what that would feel like for you, the contrast of the change so rapidly and readily can then sometimes make it apparent and obvious too, that Ace of Swords energy, where it's sort of like this epiphany, this breakthrough of, oh, this is the energy that I'm more comfortable in, this is the energy I would like more. But again, this is all up to your discernment. But with that Seven of Cups, going back to person A, with the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Swords, this is that energy that we spoke of, where you would have to reinsert your boundaries, reinsert your independence, continue to stand up for yourself, stand your ground, continue to sort of cut through any illusions, secrets, or confusing emotions or energies. The card that I asked to clarify, that I received, is the Four of Cups. That's the card of apathy. That's the card of being emotionally disconnected. And the Queen of Swords is already quite disconnected, right? She's extremely independent. She thinks for herself. She has her own thoughts, her own path. She knows what she wants to do. The Queen of Swords is often usually a loner as well, or at least an introvert. She keeps to herself and likes to. Nothing wrong with that. So it's really interesting that we got a card of Four of Cups, which is a card of apathy, but it's also a card of somebody being emotionally disconnected or not being emotionally connected. It's also a card of somebody pushing away opportunities, or pushing away emotions, pushing away things, or keeping things sort of at bay, which again, that's that Seven of Cups energy, where it's like it's just out of reach, or there's too much smoke in the way to see just how far the steps are, or just how far I am, or how close I am, or so it's a very disconnected, very this or that energy. Very this or that energy. It could be a defense mechanism, either on your part or their part, or just sort of the energy that seems to be in this. And then for the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords energy, that's that weird fast then stop, then fast then stop, and then getting stuck in your head because of the speed or the quickness in which the direction of things are going. It also could feel like very quickly feeling directionless in this energy. But the clarifier that I got for that was the Ten of Wands. So this is an overburden. This can also speak of being overburdened by desires, and or what I also got from this is there will be an imbalance of desire. So, there could be an overburdened desire that is causing a lack of emotional apathy, or a feeling of having too much passion, too much desire, or too much responsibility, or taking on too much, feeling like you're taking on too much, and that in turn causes a feeling of almost being emotionally checked out, or not being able to emotionally connect. What's really interesting is for the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess, this is that intuitive epiphany, the intuitive breakthrough in a mental sphere, mental understanding, or in communication as well. We have the Two of Cups. So this is definitely somebody that you are connected to emotionally. This is somebody who you may have something established with already. But what I was picking up with that is it's going to... Sorry, my ear is itching so badly, and I don't know why it wasn't before. My right ear. you could be receiving messages, frequencies, um, tones in your right ear, signals or sounds in your right ear. Um, but with this Two of Cups, it felt like it would also make it very blatantly obvious where your emotional connections lie, or what it is 1444 on the timer, or what it is that you need in order to feel stable within a relationship. It's almost like this pathway is going to make it so goddamn obvious what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and what it is that your boundaries are when it comes to speed and desire, and the ways in which you take action, and what you need in terms of emotional clarity is what this pathway or person B is going to make you feel, have you feel. We have the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well. This feels like, oh wait, sorry, hold on. Well, I'll get into that. We have two more cards as a clarifier because I was still a little bit like, I really want to know more on this. For whatever reason, I really want to know more. It's very clear at person B, and I almost don't. We're going to pull a little bit of extra cards just to get like some extra information on person B, but it's almost so clear and so obvious that I almost don't even need to pull cards. I really need to get into person A, though, for whatever reason. And again, it could feel like you are already emotionally attached to this person to some degree. You could already be in a relationship with this person, or you could already be going down this pathway. But it feels like it's going to make it very obvious. So on the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Cups. So again, past energy, so past person. This could also be somebody, again, that you're already with, somebody that you have memories with. So you could be thinking back on the memories that you do have that are good. This could also be an apology, but this could also be this can sometimes be a feeling of immaturity or childlike energy, childlikeness. So it's almost a feeling of, this doesn't feel like it would grow past a certain, oh my God, hold on. Oh, my ears are going crazy right now, and I don't know why, and they're just itching. Hold on. Now I've got like music that started, and it stopped at 17. I don't even know. I so hope you can hear me. So much is going on. I have something in my eye. So much. It doesn't. Gosh. If you're going down this pathway, you could be experiencing a lot of like little slight inconveniences or like slight annoyances. My light turned off. Too. I had my light on. Okay. Hold on. I don't know when that turned off. I feel like suddenly emotions will just turn off. And that could be what you experienced with that Ace of Swords and the High Priestess, and it's sort of this knowing of, you knew the way that this would go down. I feel like you already know how this situation for path A, person A, I feel like you already know how this situation is going to go down. I feel like you already see exactly how this is going to go, especially with the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups. You already see past the veil. You already see past the illusion. You know exactly how this is going to go. You know exactly how it's going to look like. Regardless of if this is going to be fruitful, you already know internally how you're going to feel. The next cards that I got for this was the Lovers and the Two of Swords. So the Lovers coming out again, but with the Two of Swords, it's reiterating to me as a reader, because this is a card of indecision, of making a choice. And traditionally, historically, the Lovers is a card of making a choice. One between a path that you're already going down, and the other being a path that is unknown, a path that draws to you, a path that feels enticing and open and magical and different, and it feels like this path could hold so much more purpose for you, right? But again, it's a could. But also, if you trust yourself and if you know yourself really well, then like, you know that like, even if you take a path that seems like it might not be like good for you, you can trust yourself enough to know that it will work out either way. And that's sort of what this is telling you. But with the Lovers and the Two of Swords coming out on this person A, it feels like there will always be an indecision. There will always be that back and forth, that push pull, that tug, that feeling of what if there's more? What if there's more? What if there's more? And then that's really interesting too, because the Two of Swords usually speaks of not really or feeling like a block, or having like an impasse to your intuition, and not necessarily knowing which direction you could move forward from. And then the High Priestess, which is also present, is a card of very clearly seeing your intuition, very clearly feeling your intuition. It could also be a card of secrets as well. So with this Ace of Swords, you in the High Priestess, secrets could be revealed or shown to you. And again, the Seven of Cups speaks of secrets. But let's go on to, let's get some clarifiers for person B. I really don't feel like, yeah, it's just like dead silence, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's not that you would have a bad life with this person at all, or this situation. It doesn't feel like it would be bad at all. It just feels like it would be very, it feels like person A is monotone, whereas person B is technicolor. Is that how I want it to be? One is black and white, and one is full spectrum color. That's how it feels. But let's get a clarifier for person B. The first. Okay, I'm gonna see if this stays. My video paused because, again, storage issues. So I already pulled the clarifiers, and I really hope that it's gonna let me. Oh my god, that's still on the bottom. Justice is still at the bottom. This could end up being somebody that you marry, but also this is somebody who's going to bring a lot of balance, a lot of fairness, a lot of honesty, a lot of integrity to your life. This is somebody who themselves sees themselves as very honest. This is also somebody who knows how to like play the system. So this is somebody who is going to be very business savvy and contractually savvy. So like this is somebody who can understand the legalities and the logistics of things. They could also be a professional themselves, or somebody who is in like a upper level sort of position in their career or in their job. But anyway, with the lovers here, with the lovers, the Three of Pentacles, the clarifier that came out is the Ten of Wands. Immediately what I got from this is like a wash went over me, and it feels like this person is going to wipe away or wash away all of the pain or betrayal, or essentially this person is going to be the end of a cycle that would typically indicate betrayal and painful endings. I feel like this is going to be somebody who's going to help allow you the freedom, or how do I want to, oh, my thing keeps stopping. But anyway, it is a sense of liberation. It feels like this person is going to free you from feelings of betrayal. What's really interesting is the very, very last card that I got for clarifier. I'm jumping back and forth. This person could potentially have ADHD. You could have ADHD. There's just a lot of energy in this side. But bookending the Ten of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see. My energy is so much lower from getting person A. I'm so sorry. So it doesn't feel like with this person A or path A, it doesn't feel like you'll have a lot of energy. It doesn't feel like you'll be depleted, but it doesn't feel like you'll have more energy. It doesn't feel like, it'll feel very much like you're having to keep your head above the clouds, very much keep yourself up, really have to like work on it. Whereas with this, it almost feels like I'm like constantly plugged into like a live wire, like an energy. And it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming, because it feels like, again, with the Strength and the Hermit, it feels like there's a lot of self-awareness, and it feels like there's a lot of understanding and a lot of the ability to ground this energy. so it feels like there's a lot of energy, but it feels like it's very controlled, or at least, at the very least, there's the ability to have it controlled, the willpower and the wherewithal to understand when it is reaching too much, and then being able to communicate, or at least manipulate the energy to bring it back to an easier, more symbiotic, flowing sort of energy. And again, all of that it almost feels innate. It feels so easy and so regular that it almost feels like two healers or two energetic, like high vibrational energetic people are together. That's how it feels, because when two high vibe energetic people are together and they've both done the work and they've both done what they need to do, when they come together, it quite literally is just like a double helix in DNA, how it just works, and you just know how to read them, you just know how the code is. It's and when there's an issue in the coding or whatever, it's very easy to find the issue, to work it out and talk it, and then move through and continue to move forward, continue to progress, continue to liberate from a place of expansion and growth, internal growth as well, not just external. This feels very much like internal growth for the purpose of soul evolution. With the for these 8/8s, we have 7, which is funny. 8/8/7 or 7/8/8 could mean something, or 8/7/8 could mean something. But we have the 8 of Wands, which is Cupid's arrow, quick, rapid communication, quick movement, quick action, with Strength, which is love, self-love, determination, willpower. The Strength also speaks of doing something that is impossible, or seemingly doing something that is impossible. It can also speak of internal challenges, successfully overcoming, internal challenges. But as the Chariot, as a clarifier, again, this is a card of success, of fast action, of fast movement. Not only does the 8 of Wands move quickly, but the Chariot moves quickly as well. So this is also somebody that I feel like you are going to be able to move quickly with, rapidly move through stages, rapidly move through these evolutions, especially spiritually, energetically. This feels very much like this is going to be, it has almost like a feeling of a divine masculine, of like a healed divine masculine, of like, okay, this is what I want, this is the action that we're going to take, and this is the way that we're going to take it. 404 on the timer. It's a very like, this is what we're doing, this is the game plan, we're going to come together as a team and we're going to make it work, and it's going to be beautiful, seamless communication throughout it. This also feels like somebody that you feel very energetically connected to, somebody that you feel magnetized to, somebody that you feel the need to be next to all the time, drawn to, even if you're not doing the same things, or even if you're not, you could just be in the same room. That's enough. Being in the same room, being in the same vicinity, breathing the same air, a need to be with each other is very apparent. Oh, and then underneath Justice, so the bottom of the deck is Justice, and we had already spoke about that, but underneath this is also Temperance. This could be somebody who, right off the bat, could be sober, somebody who is, I definitely feel like somebody who's sober, somebody who practices abstinence or doing things in moderation. This is also somebody who would consider themselves a minimalist. They're not a maximalist. They don't go out and spend their money on a bunch of different things. This is also somebody who seeks peace, who would like peace, who would like a peaceful home. I also feel like this is somebody who feels very peaceful around you. You feel very peaceful around them. Also with Temperance can signify soulmates or angelic energy for me. But it's a very harmonious balance, very peaceful balance. I also feel like, although the energy is very quick, this is somebody who is able to wait things out, be patient, and have patience for certain things. This person understands the weight of things, the levity of situations, and of energies. I also feel like this person is somebody who is spiritually tapped in, and I feel like this is somebody who receives messages. They could also pull cards themselves. You could pull cards, but I feel like this is somebody who is, ooh, I just got like a poke in the back of my arm, the left side. 14, the number 14 could also be significant. I kept seeing 4 as also. 4 is the number that's the Emperor, which again, Aries energy, quick energy, but divine masculine energy. This is also somebody, yeah, there's just going to always be new energy, new sparks. This is going to be somebody that you can do deep introspective work and thought with, but you don't have to be alone. You're going to be successfully, quickly, and with so much power and strength and love for yourself going after your dreams and your goals. This is truly genuinely taking action. And with the nine, the Hermit and the Ace of Wands that came out initially, that spark of self-enlightenment, of finding the deeper meaning to things, having deeper meaning to things, that was the Nine of Swords, or the clarifier for that was the Nine of Swords. So you won't be in your head, there won't be fear, there won't be anxiety, you won't have to second guess, you won't be up late at night wondering what's going on. This is a very direct, very affirmative, very decisive, like, you will not have a care in the world with this path. It will be sure, you will know, it will be full of creation and magic and love and power, but power from a place that doesn't come from greed, power that comes from a place of love and all of the opportunities that love is able to bring and all of the things that love is able to conquer, as cheesy as that sounds. So I'm going to end it there. I feel like that was more than enough. I hope that this helps you make some sort of decision. Again, this is all based off of your discernment. You will know which way is which way based off of how you felt and what the energy feels, because you already can feel into this. You already know. Yeah, you already know. These were just simply a little insight to how you would feel and the most likely outcome of what it would look like. I just split the deck because for whatever reason I wanted to split the deck, and you have the Knight of Cups. If I didn't already say path B was going to be filled with love and passion and romance, then this is going to be full of love and passion and romance, and this person, this path will make it very obvious, very apparent of their romanticism, their passion, how they feel for you. This is taking action on your heart's desires, following your heart and feeling fulfilled in doing so. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this makes sense. Energy is fluid. Energy is ever changing. Things are always changing based off of the free will and the decisions of other people around you and the decisions and free will that you have within yourself. So please use your discernment. Please only take this information as options and just as extra added information, and please only make decisions based off of what you feel is right for you, not because some reader or somebody told you to do it. Yeah. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. I am so truly for real when I say that this is my passion and I love doing this. I could do this for hours and hours and hours if I could. I'm also going to be getting a new iPhone, so I don't have to worry about storage problems, because I shouldn't anyway. But I hope that this helps, and I'll see you guys in the next one.